Are you looking to get some free natural mulch or wood chips? I'm going to share with you the easiest way how. Now first, let's talk about why you would need them. Now I got some chickens and I have a pretty big chicken run, so I usually put about 4 or 5 inches of this mulch because it's natural. It's going to break down and turn into, actually it's going to turn into a pretty good soil. So another way is too, when I make my raised garden beds, every new raised garden bed I do, I put about 4 or 5 inches of natural wood chips or mulch before I put my garden soil, because garden soil is expensive. So it's easier to put the free mulch in there and fill up and use up that room, and then put your garden soil on top. And again, it's going to break down. It's going to turn into good soil eventually. So it's great for that. And also, like for me, I have this big hill in my backyard. So I'm going to put mulch, about 5 or 6 inches of mulch in the whole backyard, so I don't have to mow it. So that's another good reason. But let's get started on how to get the free mulch. So I've run online and looked at like Chip Drop and some other places where you can go in there for free. You can sign up and somebody will deliver the mulch. But working, I got a full-time job, so it's not home all the time. So I figured, what's the easiest way for me to get it delivered while I'm here? So I started thinking, well, maybe I'll just drive around. When I'm driving around, if I see some local wood trimmers, maybe I can stop and ask them. So that's what I did. About 3 miles from my house, they're doing some land clearing, and there were some tree companies there doing some trimming and wood chipping. So I stopped by and talked to the fellows and said, hey, would you mind dropping some wood chips over for me? And they're like, no, great, because they have to go pay somebody to go drop them all. So if they can drop them off at your place for free, it saves them time, and they're only 3 miles away. So it's easier for them to come over, dump the wood chips and mulch, and then they can go right back to their job site. So it saves them time and it saves them money. So I mean, I still tip the guys, 20, 30 bucks, but it's free mulch and it's natural, right? So that's what I did. I drove around, talked to the guys. I got the phone number, and they were like, hey, when we're ready, we'll text you and let you know and see if we can work up some time. So that's what we did. So they texted me. It's like, hey, we're going to have some mulch for you maybe later today or tomorrow. Are you available? And I said, yeah. So I was able to make it home. So I've had about 5 or 6 yards of natural wood chips and mulch for free. Now this wood chip isn't like the wood chip you get at the local box store. This is natural ground up wood chips. Now you may have some palm fronds, some leaves, some wood chips. You have some mixture of things in there, but you can see it's got some little sticks. See, to give you some idea what it looks like, right? So it's not like the bags that you get at the store, but this is natural. It's going to break down. It's going to turn into great soil. So, and it actually smells great. So my chicken run doesn't stink. One thing to note is when the guys come over and deliver your wood chips, they're not perfect, right? It's not all ground up perfectly. You might have a few small logs in here, some of these smaller logs. So it's okay. I mean, I use some for my fire pit, and my neighbor behind me, he likes to, do barbecue, and he's got a smoker. So any oak I have, I usually give it to him, and he uses it for that, which is great. Make sure you have an area that's already pre-planned where you're going to put your wood chips at. If you live in a regular subdivision or you may have an HOA, you make sure see what your rules are. But for most places, you can put a tarp in your driveway or just have a pre-planned area picked out where they're going to dump your wood chips. Now for me, I'm lucky because I live at the very last house in my subdivision, and my neighbors next door aren't in my subdivision. They have some acreage there, and they have some farm equipment. So they were nice enough to let me have the guys come in and dump the wood chips on the other side of the fence, and they use their farm equipment to pick them up and dump them over the fence for me. So it's great for me. But just make sure you think ahead and make sure you have an area picked out where you can have them drop your wood chips. Well, as you can see, I'm losing daylight. So from the beginning of this video, the sun's been going down this whole time. But I'm going to be putting together a new raised garden bed, and I'm going to be using the wood chips. So I'm going to put a video together, and then I'm going to link it to the end of this one so you can see that. So if you want to see that, go ahead and click on the video, and then you can see how I use these wood chips for my raised garden beds. But thanks for spending a little bit of time with me, and I hope you enjoyed it and you got some good info from this. But remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you reap what you sow. See you on the next one.